It was here in Leicester, Massachusetts, behind Becker College, where Mariah Triplett's body was found. Mariah Triplett was a 19-year-old sophomore at Becker College in Massachusetts. She had everything going for her. She majored in psychology, maintaining a 4.0 GPA. She was a basketball star with big plans for her future.
You know, it's really hard to accept that parents never are supposed to bury their children, so it's just, it's been really hard for us to grasp and to deal with.
Me and Mariah, we've been friends ever since we were little, probably about the age of 4. We grew up in Florida. We went to a pretty big high school together. We grew up playing basketball. We played soccer together. She was funny, she was athletic, smart. She had it all going for her. We're just best friends, practically like sisters, I would say.
I mean, that's something that, you know, never really is erased from your memory. The day that you find out that your child died, it's never gonna forget that.
Yeah. And then we had to tell Tyler, who's all the way in Florida at college too. Yeah. And that was hard.
Yeah, he took it really hard.
Tell me about the night that Mariah went missing.
We had a conference basketball game that night, and we won, which was a big win because it brought us to first place. Everyone wanted to celebrate, so I threw a party at my house.
24 Willow Street, Worcester, Massachusetts is where Katie's party was held and was the first stop for Mariah that cold January night. After having been missing for less than 24 hours, it was here beyond this gate that Mariah's body was found.
On January 15th, the station received a call from the victim's father. He was growing concerned because his daughter was not responding to his texts for an extended period of time, which was very unlike her.
And I don't text anyone except for my wife and my 2 kids, her and Tyler. So when she didn't text back that day, I was concerned immediately. I knew something was wrong. I didn't know what it was, but I knew something was wrong.
I had Mariah's father, Ernest, come down to the station with his wife, Dolores, for a few basic questions. Hours later, we received a call reporting what appeared to be a body in a bag placed in the woods behind the Leicester Becker campus.
It was Saturday evening around 4 o'clock when I was taking pictures of graffitied walls behind the Becker College campus, and I took my gloves off to get a better grip of the camera, and I forgot my gloves there, so I went back the next day, and when I was there I noticed that one of the chairs I had photographed was missing. So I looked over the ledge to see if somebody maybe threw it over there, and it was there, and it was covering a bag of some sort. So I got down lower and I checked the bag out, and as I was going to move the chair, I realized there was maybe an animal or a body or something in the bag, so I called the police.
After speaking with the girl who had placed the call, we considered her our first suspect. We brought her down to the station to get a written statement. She wrote that she had been at that same location where the body had been found the previous evening, which led us into our investigation. I needed to create a timeline of the night Mariah went missing, so I started by talking to Sierra, Mariah's best friend, who was supposedly with her the night she went missing.
Can you describe to me Mariah's demeanor at the party hosted by her teammate on January 14th?
Well, that night we were celebrating our win from our basketball game. Usually at parties, Mariah was never the life of the party. She kept to herself a lot. But that night she seemed a little anxious. She was always checking her phone and stuff like that. She wasn't really near the team. She was just keeping to herself that night. It was really weird.
Did you know what was bothering her that night?
She had a secret boyfriend that went to Clark that only she told me about. She didn't want anyone else to know. They were fighting that night. She showed me the text messages.
We had absolutely no idea about Jerome. Totally threw us off. She usually tells me everything. I like to think that we're really close, and we had no idea.
And even after we found out, I couldn't believe it. I always thought she would have told us. I always thought she told us everything. So it was hard for me to really believe that that was even, true.
Yeah, Tyler didn't know either, and they were always very close too. So it was a complete shock for us.
Did you know about Mariah's boyfriend Jerome?
No, the only person she told on the team was Sierra.
Do you remember what any of the texts said that she showed you?
I don't remember exactly, but I do remember that he was threatening her, that he would break up with her if she didn't leave that party.
Did you take Mariah home that night, back to her dorm, or?
I asked her if she was okay, because like I said, she was in the corner a lot, not really talking to us. She said she didn't feel good and that she wanted to go to her dorm. So I got her an Uber, and she said she Ubered to her dorm. So I told her to text me when she gets back, just to make sure she was okay. And like 15 minutes later, she texted me. She said she was okay.
From there, we went through Sierra's Uber records to get more information. We found that Mariah was not dropped off at her dorm, but at a Clark party on Maywood Street in Worcester at around midnight.
The second party Mariah arrived to was here, 54 Maywood Street in Worcester, where she met up with her boyfriend after his threatening text.
We questioned the owners of the house where the party took place. We showed them pictures of Mariah, and one of the owners recognized the hair color. She remembers seeing one of her friends leaving the party with a girl with red tinted hair. We later identified her friend as Jerome Green, Mariah's secret lover. We brought Sierra back to the station to see what she knew about Jerome and Mariah's relationship.
Did you ever meet Mariah's boyfriend?
One time we went to a party with him at Clark University.
What was he like?
He seemed like a nice guy. He had a bunch of friends, and he seemed like he really cared about Mariah.
After obtaining Mariah and Jerome's cell phone records, we were able to place them at Jerome's apartment half a mile past the Clark party from 2:27 a.m. to 4:12 a.m.
During this time, a fight breaks out between the couple, following with a voicemail left on Jerome's roommate's cell phone.
She's dead, man. It was an accident. I don't know what to do.
The school and our community suffered a huge loss with this tragedy, and it will not be forgotten.